Hello guys, it's Buzo Builds, and I'm kind of back. Well, yes, I am back actually, not kind of back. I'm back because I love tech and I want to make YouTube videos about tech. Anyways, so I am TAing a class that uses the programming language processing or the graphics library processing. I'm not really sure if it's its own programming language or if it's really just a. I keep getting one. I was doing better before, I swear. Anyways, so we're using. I'm taking a class that's using processing, and I wanted to learn processing, so I just spent. I couldn't sleep tonight, so I was just like, let me just do something productive and learn processing tonight. This morning, it's 3:55 a.m. So I just spent this early morning coding Flappy Birds using processing. So yeah, this is the result. Um, I wish I could show you more of it, but I keep freaking dying. Ooh, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I got 8 at least. So yeah, so this is Flappy Birds. Let's get into the video of the process of me making it. Yeah, so we're gonna make Flappy Birds, and about the channel to like the 66 subscribers that I have. Yeah, the channel's coming back because I have a passion for technology and I just want to share that passion to the world, and I also want to help other people get into technology as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be making videos. I'm gonna be making videos again. Look out for new videos. The next video I'm working on is like this is a more complicated project. I'm trying to make an LED matrix arcade. An LED, so it's like you have an arcade game, an Arduino powered arcade with an LED matrix. So it's gonna look cool. And I'm also gonna be making like more blog type videos as well. When I say blog type videos, I mean like, well, not blog videos, but blog advice videos. Like, oh, how to get a job at TAing, or why should you tech, stuff like that. But anyways, let's get into this project. Okay, so of course, before I can start writing processing, I need to actually. I watched this video on processing. It's a good crash course, but it's always nice to just like breeze through the library and stuff and see. So first we have structure. I don't really need that early. So when I glanced at this, when I watched that video or whatever, um, I saw the two important functions, draw and setup. So yeah, those two functions are important. So setup basically can be used to set up variables and data and stuff like that. Basically set up the program, initialize the program and stuff. And draw is a loop that draw is basically a loop that keeps going. So it's kind of like a lot of applications have that setup. Like a lot of programming assisted applications, I guess I'll call them that, where you're inserting scripts into a bigger program. So like Unity 3D, it has like the setup and update. Arduino, it has, I think, setup and is it update or is it loop? I forget. But like if you like see programming assisting tools, I'm not sure that's the right term for that, but they tend to have that setup. Okay, I've been talking a lot, I haven't been programming at all. So let's look at this. Okay, so I've read documentation. I have like um I, I, I don't want to say good enough idea because watch me start programming and fail and start referencing the documentation again. But I have some idea of how processing works now. So a lot of the operations, a lot of the functions and stuff is like you're controlling the cursor of the window. So like for instance, a translate function, it translates the cursor, and then when you start drawing, it draws it on there. So like the actual object itself is kind of like the cursor, like if you want to think about it that way. But anyways, let's start. Void setup. And it's already yelling at me. Ew, it doesn't autocomplete the whatever. That's bad. Okay, so void setup. Void draw. Okay, well, we need a player. But first, let's think a little bit about how to make this game, especially in the context of processing. So we have these functions that do graphical stuff. That's cool. But the game is more than just graphics, it's also data. I wonder if we're going to have, I guess it would be best to have this duality where we maintain these data, variables and computations, and then we update the graphics based off of the data. So like the first portion of draw updates the data, second portion of draw updates the actual graphics. Okay, so we want to make a player. We could make a class. I don't know if processing allows classes. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, so I basically coded up this player class, and what it holds is basically the data component of the Flappy Bird. So it has position, and then we have the speed of Y, or the change of Y, because that's really what's changing in the game. We also have the size, and that can be used for the collision stuff later. So void jump basically changes. So before I was being silly and said, okay, well, when he jumps, just set Y to some number, right? But that's basically teleportation. Like, and I mean, in some sense, this is teleportation too, but we want to control the actual speed of the Flappy Bird, and also when it's falling back down, like you need to factor in the acceleration, which is the change in speed. So we need to like slow down how much he's going up, and then eventually he goes back down. So hopefully this code does that. Let's code up the graphic stuff and see what happens. Okay, so I coded up some stuff that may or may not work. One thing I don't know about draw is whether it clears the screen after every function call. So let's just press play and see what happens. It's probably going to be trash, but that's the fun of this stuff. Okay, so it doesn't clear. I mean, so small. So we're going to increase the whatever. But as you can see, if you can see it, it's drawing rectangles. But where did I put the size to? Why did I put 50 to 100? Okay, I like the aspect ratio, but I was looking through the processing stuff online, and it seems like the way you're supposed to do this is you can either clear the screen, that's one way, but the way that people typically do it is they update the background, which overwrites on the previous drawing. Now, I don't really know how efficient it is, but that seems like the best way. Like, probably, if I'm imagining that the processing thing is like it's implemented as like a bitmap, and everything is really just a collection of pixels. So you can't really say, oh, clear this one rectangle. You're gonna have to clear everything and then redraw everything again. So okay, I feel that. It's not. So yeah, it's no biggie. Okay, so yeah, so refreshing the background, refreshed like overrides the old rectangles, which makes sense, and then it writes, and then we draw the new rectangle. So it keeps doing that, and that's cool. Okay, so I updated some. The main code is still the same, but I updated some values to fix up some things, and this is how it looks so far. The Flappy Bird starts from here, and he starts falling, and yeah, and then he falls to his death, and that's the end. The end. Anyways, so next thing to do is actually add some input so he can jump, and then we were gonna have to tweak these input values. This input like -5 is not gonna do anything, considering that dy is already 30. But yeah, so we're gonna have to tweak some stuff. Okay, so yeah, let me look at the input for like how processing handles keyboard input and stuff. Okay, so oh, okay, so I've modified, added the input, and I changed the value of the speed for when the jump happens. So let's see how it looks. And he falls, and then you press the up key, which I'm pressing right now, and he jumps. And he falls back down because of the acceleration. So yeah, this is about the way the Flappy Bird game works. Okay. So that first part is done. Next part is to make pipes. Okay, so this should be all the information regarding the pipes. Int x basically represents this x position. Y represents the center of this gap between the two pipes, like the how far it is from the how far it is from the ground, or in other words, how far it is from, or you can say how far it is from the sky, the top. Space 450 is how much space is going to be in between the two pipes. Width, like the height of the space. Width 300 is the width of the pipe. The storage threshold. Um, when this pipe reaches this position, destroy that pipe and make a new one. Space between sets 750 dx. Then this is just this change in position. So, um, what we want to do is make an array list of pipes, and I've already done the math. So we want pipes to always be on the screen. We don't want we don't want we want pipes to always be on the screen, and we don't want, even though I just saw that I put excess 2000. I have to fix that. But well, actually, you can start as 2000. Yeah, I'll adjust that. Yeah, but anyways, we want pipes to always be on the screen, and like we don't want there to be like a gap where there's no pipes, and we want pipes to spawn outside of the screen before they come in. So since based off the numbers we have right now, the width of each pipe is 300, and we're also leaving a 450 space. This should be 450, not 750. 450 space. 450 plus 300 is 750, which represents the width between the far left of the pipe to the end of the space we're giving for the next pipe. So basically, the far left to the closest, the far left of one pipe to the far left of the next pipe. And yeah, so if you divide the width and stuff, you get 4, but we're just gonna make 5 pipes. So 5 pipes are gonna exist at one time and stuff. So yeah, let's make the array list and let's tweak the game. Like, let's modify the game so pipes can spawn. And then after that, we're gonna do, of course we can't tell anything's happening unless we draw it. So then we're gonna work on the drawing. So I'm thinking about the collision code, and one thing I've realized is that pipes are significantly bigger than the bird, right? So anytime these two things collide, the vertice of the bird always has to be inside the rectangle. I mean, inside the pipe. So it should be P. So just by the way, my coding is so bad here. Like, I'm not using proper conventions. I'm using hard written values and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to learn processing. I'm just trying to code this thing so I can go to sleep. So yeah, it got kind of hot, so I took off my sweater and showing off the guns. Psych. Anyways, so yeah, now we have to do scoring, and scoring is really just collision again. But the thing is that you want the thing to only score you, like, increment the counter once. So let me implement it and then explain what I did or will do. Ow. Okay, I'm sore from the gym. But so I was just coding some game over logic, and this is what we have. And yeah, that's it. I'm just making sure I'm recording. Okay, of course, any game I make, I suck at it. But yeah, so this is Flappy Birds. I mean, you can add more things. You can save the high school. You can add a main menu and stuff. But I mean, I wanted to learn processing, and I think I've learned a good amount of processing from this. So, and it's kind of fun to play. Yes. Let's see if I can beat 4. No!